body, baby, show me.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. So today's video, I wanted to do something very similar to what I did in the past with the Mustang, my dad's Mustang, which it was a POV drive video. I did a video like that with the Mustang because I hadn't made a review for the car yet, and I wanted to drive it around and show you guys kind of the driving experience of what it's like to drive a automatic 3.7 Mustang, kind of like the cheapest spec you could get of the Mustang at the time. Well, the manual is probably cheaper, but you get the idea. So I apologize for any sort of wind noise. I've got the windows down a little bit because a lot of you guys know my blower motor's broken. I haven't gotten around to fixing it yet, I know. I'm really bad at, putting maintenance ahead of everything. So I need to go to AutoZone at some point. I'm probably going to wind up going today, later on, to go pick up a blower motor for this thing. I'm going to install it at some point, probably tomorrow. And I'll shoot that for a video for Monday for this channel. Yeah, this is a POV driving video of the truck. So a lot of you guys who might be new to the channel are probably curious what this truck is, or what's done to it. Because I don't know, maybe some people might be new to the channel. I don't want to do this every video, but I want to do this, for this video specifically, because this might be your introduction to this vehicle. So in case you're new to my channel, hi. This is my 2003 Ford Explorer Sport Trac. It's an XLS trim, which means it had pretty much no options when I got it. As you can tell, I don't have cruise control. I don't have power mirrors. I didn't even have keyless entry when I got this truck. So I had to put that in myself, which is where I have a push button start that's custom built. Not custom built for the truck, but was custom wired up and all that junk. With keyless entry and proximity sensors, so I can actually have keyless now. Performance wise, it's pretty much not completely full bolt-ons, but it's almost full bolt-ons for the truck. It wouldn't be full bolt-ons for many other vehicles, but it's full bolt-ons for this because there's not really a whole lot available for these trucks. I've got a set of headers waiting for it at home. Pretty much the setup, it's got an Excel ignition coil, cold air intake. It's not a great cold air intake, but it's a cold air intake. It's got a tune from Brand Speed. It's a 93 performance tune. I have 2 revisions of it. I'm running the first one right now. The second revision had a bunch of transmission tunes on it and stuff like that, but I had really bad luck with the trans tunes. I blew up a trans. I'm not going to blame the trans tune for it because these transmissions are notoriously fragile and these the automatics are. So that's kind of that might have been my fault, but of course I get stuck at this light. If you guys want to see me road rage on video, this is going to be the red light that it happens at, because you can see over where that crosswalk sign is, there's a yield, well, there was a yield sign, there is still a yield sign there. Every car that's going to be turning right here ignores that. So I have the right of way right here because I'm turning on a green, and they're like, nah. So I pretty much have to force my way in every time and risk getting hit every time if I want to get to go on time, or else I just don't go. And I kind of need to go because I'm in a rush right now to get to where I need to be, but like any of these people care. I mean, it's my fault for not leaving early. Anyway, like I was saying on performance side, this has a Excel ignition coil, a cold air intake. It's a really junky cold air intake. I would not recommend buying this if you have a Sport Trac, or pretty much any sort of 4.0 platform that doesn't have the, that's not the Mustang pretty much, so the Ranger, the Explorers, or whatever. It's lower 2.5 inches up front, 3.5 or 3 inches out back, not 3.5. It's got a full Master 40 muffler on it with the stock exhaust everywhere else. So it's got stock manifolds, stock manifolds, stock mid pipe. All 4 catalytic converters are still on this truck. It is pretty much minus that muffler bone stock. And I have this set up here to change it all up to a dual exit with an X pipe, with all that junk, with headers. It's going to be gnarly. I can't wait to have it done. Pretty much in the engine side, it's all completely bone stock engine. It's got 236,000 miles on it, so I'm not wanting to crack this motor open. I'm wanting to save that for the next engine for this truck. I've got a set of racing seats in here, which is really nice. I've got this radio, which is probably one of my favorite things I've done to the interior, minus the seats. The seats are fantastic. They were a little uncomfortable at first, but now that I've broken them in, they're wonderful. Also got this really cool steering wheel cover. They actually don't make these kinds of steering wheels for these trucks, which really bummed me out. So best way I could get one done is to just put a cover on it. So I know a lot of people think steering wheel covers are trashy. I'm one of those. But this cover won me over big time, and I'm going to keep it on as long as I can because I just really like it. It looks cool. It feels great. I love Alcantara now, so that's that. But like I said, due to the truck being lowered with these seats, I have a lot more confidence. And ironically enough, the route I'm going on to get to where I need to go, which is to go pick up my sister from school, I get to do some backroads cruising. So I'm not going to be taking it fast because I'm not confident enough in the truck's ability to stay planted on a road that's very narrow. I've taken back roads in this thing before. Oh, that was bad. It's not that fun. Even with it lowered, it's not that fun. It's not as fun as, say, like Hayden's S2000 or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna do it just for the kicks and gigs on this video. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna take it flat out because I don't want to wind up in a ditch or a tree or someone's yard. So I'm gonna take it very easy. But yeah, I love this truck to death. I've had it for, again, those that are new, I've had this truck for 3 years, since February 5th, 2016. I actually just recently found out well, I haven't known the exact purchase date of the truck, but I couldn't remember it off the top of my head very well, so found the receipt for when I got my tire fixed the other day. And I didn't really plan on doing anything to it when I first got it. I kind of planned on just driving it till the wheels fell off and getting rid of it and getting something later on, and when I was, in college, out of college, whatever, getting my first sports car. But I kind of fell in love with the thing. I had some friends, notably my friend Michael, aka Kendallstone, here on YouTube as well, who was like, hey, well, you already have this, why not take the time and build what you have already before going balls deep into some sort of like sports car? And I was like, you got a point. So that's what happened. I went ahead and started ordering stuff for this, and that's how the build began. And like I said, it's a really fun truck. I fell in love with this thing pretty quickly. It's not the fastest thing on wheels, and I will say that now for anyone who's thinking about buying one and thinks, oh yeah, I can get a Gen 1 Sport Trac and make it fast. It's very hard, and really the most you're going to get pushing it is 500 wheel. And that's if you do everything right. That's if you do literally spend tens of thousands of dollars on this motor setup without swapping it, of course. If you put a 5.0 in it, checkmate, it's over. You can build up to be fast. But if you build it on the stock engine, like I'm going to, they aren't going to get terribly fast, and that's fine for me because I need something that's reliable, very inexpensive to build, and is going to be, a decently fun daily. So we're entering the back road right now. I've driven on this road many, many times since I've lived out here. I used to come home this way from school before I moved to my current house. I used to live back up there on that road we were just on. So I take this road all the time. I don't take it as much as I used to because I only use this when I'm actually going to the landfill and then going and getting my sister or my brother, anything like that. When I'm not doing that, I don't take this road. But it's a decently fun little road. It's not overbearingly difficult to whip on if you really wanted to whip on it. I've seen full-size trucks whip this road plenty of times. I don't recommend that. If you have a full-size truck, especially one that's lifted, I would not be one to rip up back roads because that is just a rollover waiting to happen. Sure, some people will be like, yeah, I've done it. Cool. But I'm just saying, in general, people that are inexperienced with driving should not be ripping up back roads. Just my take. But the truck is well-mannered for what it is. I haven't had issues with spin-outs or, odd drifts or anything like that. I've only gotten this thing to get sideways once. And it was downpouring out at my last college, and one of my old buddies lives there, so I always look over there. What was I saying? Anyway, I've only had it get sideways one time on me, and that was when it was downpouring outside my old school. I used to go to a community college called Georgia Highlands. It was downpouring, and it was the only time I've ever done this. I was like, you know what? Let's just go for it, have some fun. So I punched it. It ripped through first gear, got a little skittish. It wasn't like super sideways, but it was enough to notice. And it made a crap ton of noise. It just spun like crazy. Besides that, I don't get the tires loose that often. I kind of try to be chill with it because I don't want to get arrested or break stuff. But yeah, it's really well mannered. It's actually a really fun little daily for what it is. I mean, you kind of struggle to get the speed sometimes. Without the tune on it. When I got my 93 tune, it pretty much just fixed every problem I ever had with this thing, like performance-wise. I felt it was too underpowered, and I had a hard time keeping up with traffic sometimes unless I really got on the gas. Now, I mean, I can just big toe it, and this thing's like, whee, right up the traffic. But oh no, this truck's fun. I love it, and I wouldn't get rid of it for the world right now unless someone offered me like a ridiculous sum of money that's way more than this truck's worth, because it's not really worth anything anymore, which is part of why I've kept it this long, because a lot of people have been like, well, why don't you trade it? Like, I've had people even comment, not even ask me, would I consider it, just straight up trade it for an F-150 or trade it for a different truck. No. First off, I've driven a 1500. I'm not a fan. I probably won't own it at 1500 ever. So that goes for anything, Ram, Silverado, or F-150. I love these mid-sized trucks, and the only thing I wish is that some of them had V8 options. I mean, granted, the Gen 2 Sport Trac had V8s, the Colorado had a V8 option for a little while, the Dakota always came with a V8, but that's really my only complaint with mid-sizes, and it's my main complaint with this, even if it was offered with a V8, this would still be a V6 model. But, you know, I wouldn't trade it for a bigger truck. Plus, I like the just, you know, it's a lot smaller, so it feels a lot more like a car. So I feel more at home in this than I do, say, a full size. I've driven a full size, like I said. I'm not too crazy about them. I would be open to getting an excursion one day, so a tow rig, but that's about it. It wouldn't be something I drive on a daily basis like this. But yeah, this thing's fun. I've enjoyed it, and I know I've talked a lot over this for a POV drive, but this isn't meant to be some sort of like exhaust clip or ASMR video where I don't say anything. You just listen to the truck. It's just kind of boring. But I thought I'd use this as an introduction to people who are new to the channel, because I mean, we've grown a lot over the last month, so I really wanted to do a video for those who are new to the channel and don't know a whole lot about this truck or don't know a lot about me. I noticed recently, not recently, it's about a few months ago, a website called Wikitubia, I believe is what it's called. There's actually a biography on there about me. So, granted, I'll be honest, I wrote it. Mainly because I wanted to have a place, since it is kind of a Wikipedia for YouTubers, where people can firsthand, you know, meet these YouTubers and stuff like that. And I was like, well, what better way for people to actually get to know my channel than to just go there? So that's what I'm bringing up. So if you go to Wikitubia and look up Roast Tires, you guys will find a bunch of really behind the scenes info on me, a lot of stuff you guys probably didn't even know about me. But yeah, that's kind of that. So for all those that are new to the channel, thanks for joining and subscribing and all that junk. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one, everyone.